Welcome back to another episode of the Half Inch French Crew. Don't forget, we're doing another giveaway. For a chance to win a free set of night vision goggles, simply like the video, comment down below, and make sure you're a subscriber. If you do that, you're automatically entered to win a free set of these goggles. We pick a random person. We will announce the winner in the next episode. Not only do you win a free set of goggles, but we screenshot your comment and put you at the end of the video, so you're also getting a shout out. So be sure to like the video, comment, give us some feedback, tell us about your encounter, if you've had an encounter, if you've heard anything, where you're from. Just give us a quick little bio of why you believe in Sasquatch and what you think it is. Extremely hard to run a camera and drive.
Something beat on the side of this fucking camper.
So we started our YouTube page basically to just upload our lawnmower racing videos that we did.
Instead, it's revamped lawnmowers made for speed. Adam White started racing lawnmowers in 2008.
It don't matter how much money they put into it. It's so much fun when they come down here and take something that was designed to cut grass and go faster than your average car.
We would build racing lawnmowers, and we get pretty crazy with it. We do a lot of stuff to the motors and different transmissions, different axles. Got pretty crazy there for a little bit. We would upload just random videos of us being us. But yeah, our YouTube channel started out with just our videos of just random things we were doing. Upload one here and there. But at some point, I guess got a wild hair up my butt. Thought, let's go out there and see if we can get something else to happen. And this time we'll have a camera ready.
You hear that? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You hear it?
We went out there a few times before that, though. I don't remember. We weren't recording, weren't we? We went out there quite a few times without recording just to get scared.
Yeah, cameras or nothing.
I'll start with Grandma's stories. We all her whole childhood, she just told us these crazy stories about Bigfoot and the lady that walked the creek. I'm sure that one was stretched a little bit, but she talked about the people at the windows that lived up the creek. Just crazy stories of shadow people and figures stepping over her fence, and always like they'd always show up before storms and stuff like that. We thought she was just trying to spook us as kids. You know how it is with grandparents. They're always trying to scare you. Bonfire stories and all that. And one night, me, Adam, and our good buddy, we'd go out there. We was just going out there to get scared. And we seen this orb. We weren't recording or nothing. We were just being silly. We seen this orb down at we call it the Big Rocks. And it like floated all the way through the woods. And it disappeared. We watched it for, how long do you think we watched that for? 15 minutes maybe? About 15 minutes? We never seen it again. And that's when my brother bought a camera. Not the best camera, but it was a pretty good camera. He picked up somewhat stuff. I think it was a GoPro, wasn't it? Couple GoPros, and 2 of them.
Josh bought one too.
And Josh bought one too. And we go out there and go to get scared, and we said we'll record it this time. We'll catch it scaring us. And was down there. I was just turning around and I was like, man, look how bright that light is. What light is that? And I was turning around. It was my dad's camper light, and it was lighting up the whole woods. Like, you can see it through the trees. We were out there with no lights, trying to be silent, quiet, dark. You get to that point where your eyes, you can see everything if you don't have a flashlight. And I'm sitting here, I have this light is like brightening up my hand, and I'm sitting there playing with it, And about the time it goes dark, and I was like, that was weird. And Josh, he said, yeah, but what's that in front of it? It's like all together has happened. And it was up there. That light is about 7 foot, 8 foot off the ground. And that it was something watching us from up there. Like we were looking for it, and it was up there at the light looking for us down in the woods. And Adam, being brave, takes off running to get it on video. We didn't catch it on video. We were recording, but we didn't catch that on video. And we get up there, and it was just like, it was different. It was spooky in a way that this thing was watching us that far away from us, looking for us, and we don't know where it went. And we see it go. I'm trying to remember. We're looking through the woods, and it's like we go back in the woods, and we see it over at my uncle's property, just like a shadow gliding through the trees, like silent. And that's when it pretty much all started. That's when it was like, it was an eye opener for us. Yeah, it was summertime. It was like 8 o'clock at night, where the sun stays up forever. And I was burning some. I still have a burn barrel. I was burning some trash in there. I went outside to check it, and it was going pretty good still. So I was like, I'll just clean the pool real quick. I had just bought a Roll King pool, trying to keep it clean. I was over there scrubbing the sides, and I hear like gravel. You know what gravel bar sounds like, someone walking on. I look up, and there it was, just walking through the woods. And I could have swore it turned around and stared at me and just stopped and looking at me. And I was looking at it. And I looked at it so long, it was to the point where my phone wouldn't pick no light up. I was recording, but you can't see nothing. I took some photos that kind of helped. And I called my brother, and he come running out there with his camera. And I don't know where it went, but as soon as we stopped recording, it took off running through the woods. Like it wanted us to know that it was there. And it was knocking down trees left and right. You can see it just pretty much running through the woods. Trees just moving, leaves moving, loud. That was that time. And then about a week later, and I found it weird. All our pool toys were over in the woods, and I went and got them and brought them back. And we just got in. We're swimming like 10-15 minutes, and my wife goes, "I seen something." I said, "What?" And she's just staring in the woods. She says, "We got to go inside. I seen it." I was like, "Okay." So I said, "Come on, kids, we're going in." Kids got all mad at me because they wanted to keep swimming. I never did tell them. And she said it was like, there's a tree over there with the kind of a big limb, and it was behind it, and it like ducked down. And she seen it do that, and we never even turned around. We just went inside. And there's that one time where it was playing with us and it threw rocks at us. Well, that was pretty scary. I was gonna leave you. I was gonna take off running. I had my hands full, camera, gun, knife, like this. I was gonna take off running, and I must have scared the crap out of it because it took off running and screaming like I actually shot it. I could hear it from inside the house. It sounded like someone outside with a native chatter talk, being real loud. And I kept telling her, I said, "It's time for you to go. We're going to bed. It's midnight. You need to go." And I kept telling that, and I called my brother, and I said, "I'm going to shoot off a warning shot just so it just goes away and leaves us alone." And I did, and it sounded like I shot it. It took off screaming. It sounded like a full-grown man got shot, screaming down through the woods, running. It kind of scared me. I was like, what if it comes back? To scare me. See, my grandma, she had four or five curtains on her window because she was scared something was going to be peeking in at her through that window. Yeah. And when she passed away, I guess it started to happen more in a way. Like it really started to amp up.
It's like seeing new faces, new owners of the property.
Yeah. It spiked. I can't tell you how many whoops, hollers I've heard. I mean, close too, like ringing your ears close. Weird noises coming from the woods. Natives singing, thumping, tree knocks. All kinds of stuff.
I've got the Indian ritual stuff we hear on recording.
Yeah, we hear that a lot.
Out in the woods, pitch black.
1 o'clock in the morning. 2 o'clock in the morning.
Going at it. And it don't sound like a normal Indian powwow.
No, it's something. My son woke me up the other night. He said, Dad. I said, what? He goes, there's someone in my room. I was like, what? And I jump up and I run in there. There's no one in his room. He said, they were standing there. I'm like, you sure? So you weren't dreaming? He said, no, Dad, I looked at it for like 15 minutes. For a long time. He said, just standing there. So he slept on the couch. He didn't go back in his bed. I left his light on. We got crosses hanging up in each room. I'm scared it's going to be something bad. The other night, me and Sabrina both got woke up At the same time, we both jumped up out of bed. I was ready to start chopping. Like, let's go. And she said something was rubbing her feet. And that's what woke her up. That was a weird one. When I'm gone, like if I'm over here filming with Adam or doing something, Sabrina will stay up until I come home. She'll stay awake. She won't go to bed. She'll either sit in one of the kids' rooms or sit in the living room, crochet or something until I get home, and then she'll go to bed. Like last night, she didn't go to bed until I got home. Oh man, me and 2 cousins were being kids, outside on our four-wheelers at 10 o'clock at night, maybe later. We're going down the road and we're young kids on four-wheelers, and this headlights come flying up on us on the gravel. See, right in front of my house there's a blacktop and it turns to gravel, and we were just right past the big turn, and these headlights come flying up on us. I mean, they look round headlights, what we could see, and I was thinking, crap, sheriff, and we're all going to get in trouble sitting here, 14 years old, riding four-wheelers around at nighttime. We're all going to get us in trouble and our parents in trouble, so we did the wrong thing and took off fast as we could to go hide, and we're flying down through. It was a Honda 4Trax 300, I think it was, and I had that thing as fast as it can go, and I think my 2 cousins were on one other four-wheeler, and they were on a Sportsman, I think, and we hit the dip bridge. This thing's on our butts. I mean, like, if I would have messed up, it would have ran us over. We hit the dip bridge, fly over it, and my cousin Bryant had, like, it wasn't a road back then, it was just a little four-wheeler trail that went up into the woods. And we fly up in there, I mean, fast as we could, and we kill them. And the headlights never passed us, and they just disappeared. I think it was either spirits or UFO chasing us. If you think about it, we had to slow down to turn into this this trail. That thing would have ran us over. We didn't really think about that, so we just wanted to hide as fast as we could, and it just disappeared out of nowhere. I need to ask Dustin about that. There's that time you found all those bones. That's on the channel.
We was out poking around the woods one night, and we found some bones, and on all the animals that I have skinned and processed, I had never seen a bone like that. The way the socket was. I mean, yeah, deer have sockets on their rear legs, but on their front shoulders, they do not have sockets.
Yeah.
And the bone density, the way the pores are on the bones, are completely different.
Look like human.
I'd never seen anything like it. And the way that, as big as they were, it was like, And there was still somewhat of fresh meat on these bones. I was like, that's kind of weird. We called a neighbor, was also another avid hunter. He looked at him, and he's like, I don't know what the hell that is. He said, you might want to call the police. And instead of calling the sheriff's department, because, where you're at, you're technically in Madison County, but you got to go through Iron County to get to where you're at.
Yeah.
So I called state down at Troop C office, and they dispatched out, and they sent Madison County out there. And they looked at it. They took pictures, and because signal's so terrible down there, that they had to go up the hill, and they were sending pictures to a local anthropologist. And he said the same thing. The density doesn't look animal, but I don't think they're human. because the anthropology on them. So nothing came of the bones that night. They just said leave them there. Then, you know, there was no, as far as we know, investigation. And I had reached out to another researcher, which I'm not going to name. He had connections with some university anthropologists, and we went down there 2 days later to collect the remains and send him the remains to have them tested to see what they were. You know, look, I guess those guys can look at them and say this is what this is, or maybe they can take samples. And we go back down there and they're gone.
Yep.
They're gone.
Gone. Clean.
I said, well, you stop and you think about, well, maybe the water washed them away. Well, the river didn't come up. Well, maybe an animal dragged them off. That's the only thing I could come up with, but they was all in pieces. There was little bones. There was big bones. I don't know.
Couldn't even find nothing. It's like they come in, scanned, and took it.
Nobody knows anything. It almost feels like a third party came in.
Someone else.
And took them when nobody was looking. And the only people that knew where they was me, you, the neighbor, and the sheriff's department. They're the only ones that could have known.
Yeah. Makes you wonder. Don't it?
Yeah.
So, Olight sent us a pretty cool little Christmas light. I mean, they're pretty cool. I like it. But there will be a link in the bio. If you're interested, go to it and buy you one. They're pretty cool. I mean, they got this. Here's a little light. It's got a laser on it and UV, and it clicks on your hat.
Honest review.
Honest review. It's awesome.
I don't know if you guys ever see the headlight that he usually wears. It's an olight.
Yep, it's right here in my pocket, actually.
He don't go nowhere without it.
Nowhere.
They're magnetic. They're bright. You can almost start a fire with them.
Yeah.
So you don't want to turn them on bright and leave them in your pocket because it will burn you.
I've had this one for a year, and I use it at work every weekend. Everything. It don't.
One of the highest quality lights you can get your hands on.
Yep. Magnetic charger. Everything.
They have a Christmas special on this set.
Yep.
Comes with a coin, an official coin.
An Olight little.
Comes with a chest light.
An old clip. Goes right here.
With the red light. The green one has laser and
yeah.
UV
awesome.
light.
We're going to test them out whenever we get time to do this at night again, so.